I'm Mike Tolliver for IcocHotNews, and today we're in Ashland, Oregon. And Rob and Pam Skinner moved here in 2004 and began a small church in 2005. Actually very small, just 2 members. This year the church has grown now from 25 to 36 members already this year. And the campus has doubled from 12 to 24 disciples just in the last 5.5 months. And all that with no one full-time in the ministry. It's an incredible story here in Ashland, Oregon. In our movement around the world, we have over 400 churches that have less than 100 members. And this is a story here in Ashland that needs to be heard and needs to be imitated around the world. Let's go inside and get to know our Ashland International Church of Christ, or the Rogue Valley Church.
Amen, sing, amen, amen, rejoice, amen, amen, glory. At least then people took care of us. You know, it wasn't much of a life, but, you know, we got free food.
I'm Rob Skinner. This is my wife, Pam Skinner. And it's always been my dream to plant churches throughout Oregon. I remember as a baby Christian, when I became a Christian at UC Berkeley, I'd come up here to Ashland. I was born here. And I'd pray that someday God would plant a church here in Oregon. And so we moved here with our kids. And I got a job as a realtor selling houses. There was no ministry here at the time. And we started meeting in our living room. Soon 2 other couples moved up here, and we just gradually started growing, and God has blessed us since that time.
But it has been definitely exciting coming from larger churches to be really active and to always get the tap on the shoulder and to be ready whether you need to be ready or not.
I mean, you had to usher, you had to do communion, we took turns even sometimes preaching, and then Kids Kingdom, which at that point was just all of our kids.
Somebody might, Rob might not have assigned anybody communion, so you're going to have to do it.
Rob used to even tease us and just say Deacon 1, Deacon 2, Deacon 3, Deacon 4.
Yeah, and I'm really thankful. We got a lot of support, moving here. I'm grateful for the churches in the Northwest, especially for the campus ministry in Seattle that sent down a lot of interns, because I think we knew right away if the church is going to do great, we need a very vibrant campus ministry.
And since the beginning of the year, since Chris left, our campus ministry has grown from 12 to 24 disciples through the work of those students on campus. Pam and I are not on campus. We just have family times on Sunday nights. They have done the work, and it's just been inspiring to see God work through their lives.
Something really important happened is that our campus leaders moved. And so really the campus itself had to step up and become the leaders of its own group.
Just the faith of the disciples here before I moved here was incredible. They were just doing prayer walks. They were doing incredible just prayers to God and just having faith that God is just going to work in incredible ways, and He truly has.
It's amazing what God is doing in this church, and I really believe it's His plan to use this church and the Portland church to evangelize all of Oregon and the Northwest. If you're leading a small church, I've got 5 ideas that will help you to grow your church. Number 1, you've got to have vision. When we came here with just my wife and I, that's all we had. And we didn't have a job, anything else, and yet God has blessed it to grow. If you're going to grow your church, you've got to hold on to the vision of what you want to build. Number 2, perseverance. When you first start at a small number and you go to 4, that's 100% growth, but it doesn't seem like much. Then you go to 4 to 8, 8 to 16, it's still small. But after that, it starts to grow in momentum. You've got to hang on during those early years and persevere to grow. Number 3, focus on growth centers. We've got a small campus here, 5,000 people. We knew we needed something that could really grow explosively. We've doubled our campus ministry because we focused on a growth center. Number 4, stay connected. We didn't build this church by ourselves. We've got help from old friends who donated money to help pay for interns, other churches that help send people. We hired interns from different churches. We went to conferences. We stayed connected. You can't do it on your own. And number 5, have fun. Listen, I don't get paid for doing this. I want to have fun while I'm leading this church and making it grow. The motto for our church is having fun, loving God, and making disciples. You can do it. Hang in there, build your church, and make it grow.
Rob and Pam Skinner are doing a phenomenal job here in Ashland, Oregon. They've just added an intern to the church, so they now have a staff of 1. Their goal, of course, is to grow to see 50 disciples this year, and they're well on their way to doing it. They have a tremendous vision to grow the church into the hundreds, to plant churches in neighboring cities across Oregon, and to work side by side with the Portland Church to reach out to this great state and beyond. You can follow their story at roguevalleychurch.org. But for everyone watching this who's in a small Bible talk or in a small church, and that's pretty much most of us around the world, you need to be encouraged. You need to have faith. And you need to learn from the great examples that we've seen in this congregation. Be praying for the Ashland, Oregon Church. We'll see you back at the website. God bless.
And hold each other tight.